Hello everyone, welcome to our video surrounding how to set up Amazon Web Services for using Elastic MapReduce for doing a little bit of sentiment analysis via the Common Crawl and Amazon S3. So I thought I'd first start out by showing you how to set up your Amazon Web Services account. This is actually really easy to do, but it can be very convoluted. So there are a few simple steps to get started. Dive into just AWS.amazon.com, complete your sign up for a free EC2 account. Now I'm already logged in, so I'm going to treat it just like I'm starting a brand new account and sign in as a different user. Create a new AWS account. Simple as that. Put in your email address, your password. You will confirm your password. Give it a default name and continue. This comes with 12 months of free tier access, but that's just free access for EC2, which is the cloud computing environment. What you're going to have to do is add some type of payment to this account so you can run clusters in Elastic MapReduce. You are charged for the time that you build and run instances on EC2, so you will have to have some type of credit card on file so you are billed. And you can check Amazon Web Services pricing tier to get some information about the various tiers and how much you're charged for whatnot. After you get signed in, you're ready to go. Dive over here to the Management Console. Let me sign in so you can see what this looks like. So once I get in here, this is exactly what yours will look like. You've got a lot of different links here that refer to all the different services that you can use on AWS. There are 3 that we'll be using for this series of videos. The first one is Simple Storage Service. Shortcut for that is Amazon S3. This is basically your hard drive in the sky, if you will. You can create buckets to S3. These are the same thing as folders on your machine, or at least they work in the same way. They're just on your EC2 instance. In Amazon, we'll be creating buckets there to host a lot of our scripts that we're going to be doing some of the Elastic MapReduce mapping on. So that's your S3. We also have down here under, let's see where they put it now. We move these things around a lot. Under Analytics, you have this link for Elastic MapReduce. This is where we're going to be doing some of the big data exercises in this series, so know that that's where you need to start. We won't be covering that in this particular video since this is just set up. And then last but not least is this IAM. This is something you will need to do as you're setting up your account for the first time, because you have to have a private key from your machine directly to Amazon Web Services in your instance within Amazon Web Services, so you can allow your machine to talk directly to your instance in the cloud. We'll be doing this when we get to the command line interface portion of this particular series, probably in 2 or 3 videos. For now, really what you need to check is that you have one user. If you don't have a user, you shouldn't have one by default. You can create one, and then make sure you have these policies and permissions that are attached to your account. Now, we're not doing anything for production. Some of this is likely overkill. You can research what every one of these policies means, but just for the sake of the series, what I've done is basically given this particular user all access to everything that the free tier offers. That way I don't run into any permissions issues mapping through the web console or the command line interface. Also, I don't have any groups. Sometimes, depending on the way that you signed up for this stuff, you'll have a default group in there and your permissions get a little tangled. So I don't have any groups. Your security credentials, you'll need to go in and create this access key. What that's going to do is download a small file to your machine. It's got an access key and a secret key in it, and you'll be asked for both of those when you set up the command line interface in the next video. So make sure you do that. Now you're only offered, I think it's 3 keys before you have to start deleting some of these, but those 3 keys are for different reasons that you might access. Amazon Web Services, or for different users even. You can set up different users like I just showed you in the users section. Different users can have different permissions, and every user can have their own key, but there's a maximum in the free tier, I think, of about 3 keys. And we're not going to be doing anything with SSH in this particular series, so that's about it here. Nothing really under policies that you have to really worry about, because you've already set these back in the permissions on the user section, so nothing really to worry about there. And that's about it as far as setting up your Amazon Web Services account. You'll already have access to Elastic MapReduce. By default, you have access to S3 already. You'll need to go in, and we'll do this in the next video, and start setting up some of your own buckets. You'll notice I've got one in here for Elastic MapReduce. I also have one in here for scripts. By default, you get a log bucket where different error log files are placed as you do things within Amazon Web Services. You can go back and sort of troubleshoot to see if there are any errors or anything there. So anyway, hope that helps you get things set up and ready to go. In our next video, we'll start diving into our little mapping project, where we will upload some Python files to S3. We'll start looking at Common Crawl of the World Wide Web and what that's about, and start looking at wet path files. So preparing for our sentiment analysis that we're going to be doing. Hope this was very helpful. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, and have a great day.